Hey y'all, I'm Jasmine and welcome to my channel Marie, Myself, and More. Since my last video, I have read 3 more books, so I wanted to give you guys a book review, tell you a little bit about the genres that I've touched base on, and to tell you how I feel about the book. So starting with the first book, Atomic Habits. This is a self-help book and I enjoyed it. For me, it was a good read. When I started this book, I did start it with 2 of my co-workers, and when I finished it, they were still in the early stages of the book. So for someone who has read self-help books before, I was able to digest it fairly easily. I think that some people probably struggle a bit, but if you would like to get into breaking bad habits, having better habits, and being more productive with your time, this is a good read for you. One of my favorite things about this book is when an author who's not only giving you feedback on how to be structured, gives you a template on how to do that. Specifically, what I was showing you guys here is just a graphic on how to create good habits and the steps there, and how to break bad habits. One of my favorite things that I enjoyed about this book was learning more about how to make bad habits. One of the first laws that this author speaks about, James Clear, sorry, he mentions to make a bad habit look unattractive. And at first I was like, but then I sat with it and I was like, okay, when I can make something unattractive or remind myself how much, unsatisfied I will be if I continue to waste my time in this, then it makes me want to reroute and be more structured with my time, do things that I am making attractive. So I did enjoy this read. If you haven't tried it, I'd recommend. If you have read it, let me know what you think. But the next book that we're going to move on to is You Were Born for This by Chani Nicholas. This was my first time learning a bit more about astrology. And with that, I mean specifically my sun, my moon, my rising, also known as the ascendant. You're learning about birth charts and what that looks like. You're learning about the planets that are connected to different areas of your birth chart. And what planet rules your sun sign or your moon sign, things like that. So this was a great read. I had a lot of fun with this. I enjoyed it. It was very eye-opening for me. I loved learning more about myself. I did feel that this read was really on it, like target when it came to me, and there was nothing that I disagreed with when learning about myself in this book. I'm not sure if other people felt differently. If you are very big into astrology, I wouldn't recommend this read, as it might be a step back for someone who knows about their chart, their signs. Another thing that I enjoyed about this is she has an app that I did download. I was able to see my chart in the app. Also her website, you can see it as well, and I now check my horoscope daily, which I really love and I think it's kind of fun. So yeah, this was a really good read as well. Last book that I'm going to speak about is Immortal Dark. The author's name is Tigist Germa. She is a beautiful Black woman, gorgeous, and I learned about this book from her posting about it on TikTok. She is a new author that has released, this is the first to a series. I believe that she has already released the second one that I will be reading because I had so much fun with Immortal Dark. I didn't already say it, but it is about vampires and it's dark and there's murder and there's a lot of learning and unlearning and secrets. I really was entertained by the way that the author made the characters complex and also made me really dislike them. I really disliked the choices of so many people in this story, but I think that that's also what had me continue to read it. Is there hope at the end for not just the main character, but all of her friends as well? I have learned in my previous read, my astrology read, how much I value relationships and connections. So I think that when it came to just the underlying conversation of companionship in this book, I really did enjoy. But yeah, I am a fan of this new author, Tigist Germa, and I'm 100% going to read the second book. I believe it's called Eternal Ruin. Okay, so those are the 3 books that I've read: Immortal Dark, Atomic Habits, and You Were Born for This. If you guys have any comments, questions about any of the books, or if you've read them, you like them, you dislike them, feel free to comment below, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and follow my page for more. Yeah, bye.